Welcome to dLife, your source for a healthy diabetes life. I'm Nicole Johnson. Chris Matthews may be the most famous political journalist in the country. On Hardball, his nightly TV program, he's known for cutting to the chase and never letting guests off the hook. But type 2 diabetes almost stopped Chris in his tracks. I went to Washington to play Hardball with Chris.
Good evening, I'm Chris Matthews and welcome to Hardball. We buy more Chinese goods than they buy of our goods. Who's coming out on top in all these fights? You're watching Hardball on MSNBC. Let's play Hardball. Let's play Hardball.
So you're going to spend the day with me, right?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Can you keep up the pace?
I don't know. I'm gonna try.
Let's go into the studio where we do Hardball. So I'm going to sit in my chair.
I had a chance to turn the tables and fire questions at the rapid-fire question man himself.
You had a serious incident in December that was your wake-up call.
I would say an ambulance ride to the Washington Hospital Center is a serious problem. I had a very bad stomach pain, and I had to go to the hospital. And the ambulance took me to the hospital, and they tried to figure out what was wrong with me, and it was complications from diabetes.
Really? Just a stomach pain? That was your only indication?
Well, my blood numbers were about 350 regularly, and I was ignoring that.
So how long, then, were you in denial?
10 years.
10 years, really?
I think so, yeah.
Why do you think you denied
Because I don't like needles, I don't like doctors, and I don't like blood.
So you just didn't want to deal with it?
I figured if I ignored it, I could deal with it. But clearly, I was wrong.
It really was a wake-up call. The first time I talked to him, that's exactly what he said.
Who did I deal with who was the Phillies guy I dealt with?
It scared him. They actually kept him in the hospital for a few days and slept, I think, all 4 days. So that's when we learned that he was diabetic.
Matthews missed several nights of Hardball for treatment. On his first night back, he explained where he'd been.
Welcome back to Hardball. We're having a college tour right now. I'm back, I'm healthy. I've been sick for 2 weeks. Tell you more about that. It's so great to be back.
When you came back, you told your viewers that you had diabetes.
Yeah.
Was that challenging?
No. My attitude is this: when you don't have it, you look at people and say, oh, they're diabetic. Now I'm one of them. I got to do this now. I think it's important for people to know that it's a condition you can deal with and not to be afraid of it. Look at this, dueling diabetics here.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I think there's a lot to this Miss America thing. There she is.
Listen to you.
Miss America.
Where are you touching your blood sugar from your leg?
You're ideal. You know why I do it? Because I like punching my leg and I don't like doing it with my hands. 78.
Oh.
Pretty low. Good shape.
That's good.
So I was hoping I can actually get a day where I'm totally under 100 today.
You keep a very detailed log about your
I
numbers.
sort of like that little moleskin book of mine. I don't want to lose it. That book's valuable to me because I just sort of draw a little box and I go breakfast, lunch, supper, bedtime, and I write my numbers in and I look at them, and if one's over 140, I circle it. And I say, well, what's that problem? What happened there?
You say the book's valuable. Is it valuable for the insight that you've learned? Or is it valuable for the journey?
The journey. It's fun. I feel like I've accomplished something. It's like losing weight. You know, you check the scales, you got something done that day. You know, moving ahead is a good thing. I used to fill this table with M&Ms.
Really?
Yeah. And I used to eat a lot of donuts, especially around 4 in the afternoon. I loved apple fritters. They're about 850 calories. I loved hamburgers, ham and cheese sandwiches.
So is it hard for you to regulate what it is that you're eating when you're moving in 100 different directions, working on your show, answering the phone, and eating at the same time?
I know what I'm allowed to eat. And I eat that. It's got makeup, I promise.
I've always found it interesting that there aren't many high-profile people who have diabetes and talk about it.
I mean, I think it's always good, if you're on television, to look for ways to identify with people. I mean, anybody who's in public life is crazy not to do that because people are trying to figure out some way that they have life in common with you. I always make a point of saying I went to Holy Cross. I always make a point of saying I'm from Philly or I was in the Peace Corps. And this is just one more thing to connect people with. It's not something that I'd want to keep secret. Why not?
He's been doing it for 10 years now, and the day we were with him, Chris sat down in front of live TV cameras right as the clock ticked down to 5 o'clock.
7, here we go, 6, in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Below the belt, is it wrong for a Democrat like Barack Obama to say Bill Clinton's personal behavior could be a great Republican issue in 2008? Let's play Hardball.
I I've always found it amazing I actually do work where I want to work. It's the city I dreamed of coming to when I was a kid. I just love coming to D.C.
Along with Hardball, Chris hosts a popular Sunday TV talk show that's been running on NBC stations for the last 5 years.
We go ahead and we do Boom or Bust. Then we do Hillary and Bill and Barack. We're going to talk about often in the past, he would load his calendar to a point where people would always say, I don't know how he does it. Now he knows that that's not necessarily smart. In our green room, we have started having a tray full of celery sticks and carrot sticks, and it's not just Chris taking them, all the other guests like it too, and they all say, boy, Chris, this diet is a good thing because you look so great.
So now I do everything right. I do all the pills, and I shoot myself up at night with Lantus. It's kind of fun. And then I do my blood check 4 times a day. It's very easy.
But isn't there an emotional side to knowing that you're living with a chronic disease?
No.
See,
it's not a disease
for
if
me.
I got control of it.
It's not?
It's not a disease for me if I can control it.
But it's still present.
Oh, well, it's not like having the problems that would come to you if you didn't deal with it. You know, I quit drinking completely about 12 years ago because I thought I drank too much. Just dropped it. So I like to surprise people. That's what I like to do, especially my wife. I like to surprise her and do things she can't quite figure out. How did he do that? I want to keep the mystery.
So what is it that the person who's watching this can take away and say, oh, okay, I
Here's
can
what a
do
person
that.
should learn from
the
the Chris Matthews case. First of all, stop being afraid of it because it doesn't do any good. Deal with the fact you are and say, now I've got to get my blood sugar down. And of course, you got to cut out some stuff. And there's no doubt about that. You have to do it.
But I think
if you do all that, you're going to be fine. So then I think I'm as good as new then.
Well, we might have to.
You think I'm as good? I think I am as good as new, and I will accept no other interpretation of my situation.